But you've always found a way as manager to keep winning. The challenge you face now after 2 title wins to get this team to keep winning trophies, is it a bigger and harder challenge now to keep that going than when you first came here to create a team that could win?
Well, the reason why I came here, it was not the challenge. The challenge is done for me. It's come here to try to play, no winning, try to play the team I wanted to play, like we did it in Barcelona and in Munich. That is the big challenge. So at the end, in England, we were able to play the way we want to play. And no doubt about that. And we won enough titles, considering the difficulty of this league. 7 titles in 3 seasons is not bad. But every challenge will be in this position after 3 or 4 years without winning 1 title. Well, maybe I would not be here sitting in front of you, but if would that happen, the challenge would be win the league or win some titles. Sometimes you are still 3 or 4 seasons that you don't win 1 title and the people trust you, but most of the cases it doesn't happen and you are stuck. And now, of course, the challenge is maintained. That it was in the beginning, but we struggle a little bit, and especially because we have an opponent, they drop points. If you have drop points, we'll be closer, and everything will happen in December. But we are incredibly far away, so now the target is win the next games, and talking about what we have to do, and focus in the cups, and try to win games in the Premier League.
Can you explain how hard it is to try and maintain the level that you've reached, both in terms of performance and silverware?
I think maintain 100.90 points for 3-4 years. I knew it. I could not. I didn't want to sink in too much in the beginning of the season, but I thought we'll be able to do it again. So when we arrive here, the standard is 85, 90 points to win that. Now you have to reach almost 100 points to win the Premier League. That's why we help with that way Liverpool to make this a step, by incredible top players, and now it is a level you have to reach. So now all the teams we are behind Liverpool, we know you have to make this amount of points. Before didn't happen that. So and we were the reason why. And maintain that for a long time. 11 years, nobody back-to-back, and we did it. 14 games in a row. So that's why when the people say, oh, we are not good, so I cannot forget what this team has done. But sometimes in the process, in NBA teams, in incredible tennis players, always there are seasons, there are problems, there are periods of the season that you struggle a little bit more than others. I would say that is more normal than the people can expect. That is, I said many times, that is going to help us. The situation we're going to live right now as a team, as a club, is going to help us in the future. I would have preferred to live that, to be closer than Liverpool, but that is the reality. And I think it's going to help us, all the club organization, to see, maybe we think after 4 titles in 1 season, maybe we believe something we are not. And the reality of the sport to make you make again and again and again. And sometimes you have to live it. Unfortunately, now in that position we are, in how you overcome that situation, since tomorrow and next games, we will prove how we are as a team. And at the end of the season, we have to evaluate if we are good enough, first as a manager, to continue that, or the players good enough to try it again next season. So it seems to analyze at the end, it's so simple.
Pep, when Unai Emery left the club, some people made fun of his English and the way he communicated, and it's not very fair in one way because a lot of English people don't speak Spanish. But I want to ask you, how difficult is, how important is it when you come to a new country to try and communicate both with the players and also with maybe the fans and the media?
Yeah, I cannot deny that communication is so important, but the lack of the communication is nice because he didn't win. If he was able to win more games, the communication was perfect. Today, there are a lot of weapons to communicate to the players, through the images, through the emotion, through not just the words. So I'm not completely agree with this kind. We make analysis after the results, after what happened, and he's the same. He's the same guy. Okay, he maybe speaks incredible fluently French in PSG, and he's from Spain, so a Spanish language. And of course, I live in Germany, and it's not easy sometimes, because I try to to communicate. I spoke with the German language, but it's not easy sometimes when you want to be your own language. But there are the hands, the body, the emotions, the images, your assistance, many things. But the reason why was not, I think, the capacity of Nice. No doubts about that. It happened because he didn't win games. If not, the people would say, "Oh, it's perfect how he communicates."
Hi, Pep Russell, Sunday Life. The 14-point gap on the leaders, Liverpool. Are you still able to focus on Liverpool as a target, or is that just so far away from you at the moment that you are just basically taking
With 14 points behind Liverpool, never was one thought in my mind to think about Liverpool. Just in case, I should think about Leicester. So it's far away to think about them. So we have to win tomorrow to be close. If we are able to take Liverpool, Leicester, and after we'll see. We are in December, but in the last years we were incredibly consistent, home and away, and this season we drop points against. Not about the performance. The only I would really concerned. I'm not concerned, but I'm really concerned is the game was not there. When the game is not there, and after that I'm worried. But the game in general, even the games we drop points, not winning, draws or losings. I think against Chelsea was the team who struggled. We struggled the most. The team who create more problems by far in all the teams we played. But we had chances, but not clear, and we concede not a lot. We are the fewest team still conceding, but we gave them clear chances, and we have to improve on that, and we are working on that. And maybe today or for this season will not work, but maybe for next season. The people say, "Oh, how extraordinary was the second season, 100 points." It's because it was the first, when we didn't win absolutely anything, but we create the bases and concepts and ideas and mentalities, and that can maybe after that came, of course, with investment for the club, to do what we have done. So it's almost impossible. In that level, the periods of the two teams don't stay for 3, 4, 5 years. It's so difficult. It's so difficult, and that's why we are struggling a little bit. And the target is like he said. So try this challenge to leave this situation.
Hi Pep. When you say it's very hard to keep up the standard that you just set in the last 2 seasons, almost perfect standard, do you think Liverpool are going to find the same thing eventually?
No, he's maintaining this standard. So like last season, the Liverpool was season to be champion. So, and he maintained. It's the second season he's in this level, and of course helps the fact he didn't win this trophy for a long time ago. So. And of course, you smell it, so they won it. And like I felt it in the first season when we take 7, 8 points in the advantage just in the locker room. It was 2 or 3, 4 or 5 players who won the Premier League. The rest, we didn't win it. And wow, we want to feel experience to lift this trophy. And that is sometimes the points and circumstances and key moments that didn't help us. And they are in the situation that we are.
Pep, Steve Bates. We already know the December schedule is so crowded, so hectic, and there's a big impact on the players for that. Do you think with Liverpool playing in the World Club Cup, that will have an additional kind of draining resource on them?
I don't think so. I played 2 times this competition, and when you play this kind of competition, be the best team in the world, the clubs, and you have an advantage for this amount of points, especially with ourselves, with a little bit shorter than Leicester. So I don't think so. Okay. But we never know.
Okay,
thank you.